gratitude. You're showing that you have faith in him and his commandments. And that's your standard of conduct. Okay, here what it says. It says reading of scriptures, which is found in James 1:22, prayer and singing. And then it says and almsgiving. So also too, when you're giving alms or when you're paying your tithes or whatever, don't think that you're just giving it to, oh, I'm giving it to the elders or something like that. No, when you're paying tithes or you giving alms or anything like that, kind of money donation or whatever like that, you're showing gratitude for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and his works. You're showing worship. You're showing worship. That's worship. So I just wanted to bring out that small point. That's another form of worship. And so you're not doing it for just man. If you're really into this thing of ours, you're doing it because you're worshiping Yahweh and you're showing gratitude to the Creator who created all things. Okay? All right. So, and now Philippians 3:17. Philippians 3:17. Okay, here it is. Philippians chapter 3, verse 17. Brethren, be followers together of me. Of me. 3:17. Here it is. Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk, so as you have us for an example. Philippians 3:17. Yeah. And it says, brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk, so as you have us for an example. Okay? So we have to be an example of him. And who is him? Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Shai. But I wanted to make another example because we still in now we're in the standard of conduct. Let me show you this. This is just this is like the introduction when they have the writing on the Epistle of Paul the Apostle to Philippians. I just want to bring this small little point. Paul writes a thank you note to the believers of Philippia for the help in his hour of need. And he uses the occasion to send along some instructions of unity. His central thought is simple. Only in Yahweh Shah are real unity and joy is possible. You see that? Standard of conduct. And that's why this standard of conduct shows us how to deal among each other as well. And then here's the point. With Yahweh Shai as your model of humility and service, you can enjoy a oneness of purpose. That's it. Yeah? That's it. So the word shows us a standard of conduct, as I brought out in Titus 2:7, 1 Timothy 4:12 and 13, and Philippians 3:17. And now the next one is the source of new life. Source of new life. And that's in 1 Peter 1:23. 1 Peter 1:23. Being born again, not of corruptible seed, because this is our source of new life. Okay? Being born again, not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible, by the word of Yahweh, which live and abide forever. So when you're being born again, you're putting out the old man and bringing in the new. And the scriptures transform the man if you're diligently into this, like you say you are, or that individual say he is. Yeah. And to remember, this is a source of life. That's this topic. And 1 Thessalonians 2:13. 1 Thessalonians 2:13. 1 Thessalonians 2:13. For this cause also thank we Yahweh without ceasing, because when you received the word of Yahweh which you heard of us, you received it not as the word of men, but as it is in truth the word of Yahweh, which effectually work also in you that believe. Okay? So that's the source of new life. Because just paraphrasing it, but when you come into this thing, like you said, you are a new man. You are a new man. You're supposed to be, by you studying this right, you'll see things that you put away, like your old customs. You purged it out. You got rid of that. And that's what's being born again. Getting off the old man and becoming a new man. But you can only come through the new man. You can't come through things from men. You can't come through philosophy, Egyptology bullshit. It never worked. But I guarantee you, when you start doing changes through the scriptures, the holy scriptures, restraint, guide, source of joy, standard of conduct, now we're on a source of a new life, you'll see your life changing. You'll see that the Most High's word works. His laws and statutes do work. But you got to believe in it, you got to study it, and you got to meditate on it. And you can't let nobody or nothing get in your way of doing this. Okay? In 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. 1 Corinthians 5 verse 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven. Get rid of that old man. That bullshit man. That wicked man. The man that don't care about nothing but himself. Don't respect the Most High or his laws. And don't respect the other people around him. Just doing what he wants. And just to add on to that, if you know in life you've seen that maybe somebody that grew up with you, they always said, fuck that shit, I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Things that they know that wasn't right, but they never respected anything. You know that they never lived a long life. You know they died. They didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Let's say for instance a bully, always fucking with people, taking niggas shit. Give me that right now. You know what I'm saying? Robbing them. You know what I'm saying? Had no respect for his mother. You know it's a proven fact. You don't live a long life. You die early. And you die most of the time. I know people that died a horrible death, shot in the head. I know a guy that he kept going on the block. You know, worked out guy, was good with boxing. You know what I'm saying? Knock a lot of people out. You know, beat a lot of people up. And he would go one day on the block and rob this young boy. He was younger than him, and kept extorting him and beat him up and throw him in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Took his money, even though that guy was doing wicked too. You know what I'm saying? But he would take his stuff, keep taking his stuff. You know, one day that guy robbed him. I mean, that young guy, that small guy, killed him and shot him in the head because he didn't have no restraint. He didn't have no guide. He didn't have this, the word of Mashiach Yahushua. You know? So 1 Corinthians 5 verse 7, purge out therefore the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, as you are unleavened, for even Yahushua our Passover is sacrificed for us. Because when you purge out the old leaven, what are you doing? That's the old leaven. You're bringing in the new. You know, so you're becoming something new, the fresh one. You're becoming the new man. Yeah. And that's why when I bring up that small little story, that's how you know that if you don't have no restraint, no guide, no source of joy, no standard of conduct, no source of new life, no spiritual food, you're a dead man walking. You of that 2/3. That's why we need this. This is very important. Yeah. And now 2 Corinthians 5:17. 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be in Yahushua, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. That old man is gone. Behold, all things are become new. Now you are a new man when you come into Mashiach Yahawashah and his word. Because you accept and you embrace the guide, the restraints, all these subjects that I just mentioned. You accepted it and you live in it. And he'll put around that edge around. He'll protect you. I know from certain things, a part of, that in my life, that I still fall short on certain things, but through the righteous acts, I know that I've seen my life improve of this. And I've been studying, I've been doing this, studying this word for about, 4 years. I don't have all the knowledge. I'm still a novice. I'm still learning. But I know from the little bit that I have learned, it made my life a better life. I still have problems like everybody else, but I'm happy. I got, I'm happy because I have this. So that's what that is. Okay, that was the source of new life. And the last one is called spiritual food. Spiritual food. And that's 1 Peter 2 and 2. 1 Peter 2 and 2. As a newborn baby, 1 Peter 2 and 2. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that you may grow thereby. As a newborn baby, and that's another thing. As a newborn baby, like, I don't care how long you've been in this. This is as long as you live, forever going thing that you're gonna always have to learn, because nobody, can grasp on everything into this. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. So many new things to learn in this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But you have to humble yourself. And you can't think that you can teach yourself, or that you can dig into the strong concordance and you can break it down. You have to have a preacher or a pastor or elders, like our elders of Great Millstone. And you have to humble yourself. And you have to start from the bottom. You got to be out there holding the signs. You got to hold posts. Who is you? You're not special. I'm not special. I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else got to do it. But you're showing humbleness. You're showing humility. And that's what we have to do. So, as a newborn baby, desire the sincere milk of the word, that you may grow thereby. You got to take on, like a baby when he's born, he got to suck on the milk. You can't just give him hardcore steak. He'll choke, he'll die. His body's not ready for that. So if you want to learn, you got to learn as a newborn baby. And that's showing humility. And that's the spiritual food. Okay? Because this word is pure words. Like the Lashawan Taha, which is pure, but it's the Lashawan Kadash, which is the holy word. Okay? 1 Corinthians 3, verse 1 to 3. First Corinthians 3, verse 1 through 3. And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babies in Yahushua. I have fed you with milk, and now with meat, because there's levels to this. You got to be taught. You got to be taught. And there's level to this, so what I mean by that, you can't just, you got to start with the small things before you grow. Like to be a best guy in Kung Fu or in boxing, you can't just know the whole secret. You got to start at the bottom. You got to eventually grow to that. I have fed you with milk, verse 2, not with meat. For hitherto you were not able to bear it, neither yet now are you able. So even some of us may not be able to get to meat to this day, and the meat is not talking about meat. It's talking spiritually in this word. Some of us might not be able to attain certain things, Verse 3, for you are not carnal, for whereas there is among you envy and strife and divisions, Are you not carnal and walk as men? Yeah, that's all on that part. I just wanted to bring that out. That's spiritual food. 1 Corinthians 3, verse 1 to 3. And the last one is Hebrews 5 and 12, due to my time. You know, Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. This is spiritual food now. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. For the time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again. That's me, you know. Teach you again, which you be the first principles or the oracles of Yahweh, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, if you have to start all over again. But remember, when you start all over again, make sure you're in the right place. I had to go from here to there, but the Lord is looking out for me because I didn't let this go. He put me in the right place, and I'm at home right now. You know, so that's all that is. You know, and that's the spiritual food. You know, this is our spiritual food. And remember, spiritual things is higher than carnal things. So that's the power of Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Word, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, words for us. Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah, word for us. How it's powerful and effective in our daily life in all aspects. And one of them is restraint. The second is guide. The third is a source of joy, how it brings a source of joy in our lives. The fourth is standard of conduct, how we should carry ourselves in all aspects of manners, no matter where we are. The fifth is a source of new life, because when you come in this, you're going to become a new man, a greater man, a better man. 1 Corinthians 5:7, you're going to purge out the old leaven. And the spiritual food, which just is the spiritual food, will help get you through all of that. Like the Most High said, seek him because he comes in the volume of the book. My name is Shema. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Salutation to the brothers. Shalom. Peace.